Hey, on this Saturday, I hope everybody's doing good. I hadn't talked to y'all in so long, it seems. I got to get back on my thing, and communicate with you guys. I wanted to come on and share this thought. And I was just talking and communicating with one of my mutuals that follows me here on TikTok, and we follow each other. And we were talking about a clip that I just shared on my page about Indiana, how it's been blacked out for some days, maybe a week or two, and how the state of India has amassed $15 million to have people from Israel to come here and live. Keep that in mind. Paperclip that thought. To segue off of that, I was talking about how this whole current administration masked a lot of their racism toward Hispanics and Latinos and Spanish-speaking people on this side of this hemisphere, and how they targeted them, and they were talking about their illegals and this, that, and the third. And I live in Mississippi. We have a lot of Latinos here. We really have not had issues with that community of people at all. The ones that I see, they come, they work, they do their job, they go home, and that's it. There's not been a lot of trouble. Now, that doesn't negate from the fact that there are some people here who might have been here illegally. Illegal or not, there are some people who do illegal things, just like Americans do illegal things. So that's just people's nature, regardless of their culture or their race. But I was saying all of that to say, all of the hatred, the bigotry towards the Latin American Hispanic community has been, it was a cover-up for what America really feels towards black people, or African Americans, descendants of slaves. If you aren't a part of that group, don't worry about it. But they feel the same things towards you. They just, you just haven't figured it out yet. But anyway, the racist people, that is, which is many people in America, racist white people. So I was saying that, and I was telling this cohort, I said, I was talking to the man I'm married to, and this was some months ago, and I said, it was probably a year ago, and I said, it was never about the Latinos, it's all about black people. Every civil right that our cultures have worked for, they are trying to strip it from black people. And I say black people because, and everybody else falls under that category too, whether it's your race or your sexual orientation. And if you don't think it's your sexual orientation, you pretty much have or have had the right to marry who you love, regardless of their gender, because it became legal for black people and white people to be married. Don't think that wasn't a benefit to you. So that being said, black people, regardless of what has happened with us, we have risen to the top. We've done what we needed to do, and we've educated ourselves. We had trades, all these things, and we're still thriving the best that we can. And I was telling this man that, for several years, the most educated culture of people in this country has been black women for several years. You can look it up. It didn't just start last year when it became a known statistic online. It's been always. But with that being said, not only are we educated, and there are black educated men, we know how the system in America works. We know how America is. We know what she will do. We know how the powers that be operate and how they move in corporate places and workspaces and all of the things. Okay? And that being said, even though we are not the largest minority race-wise, Latinos are. They're different from us. The Latinos that are here, and I'm not saying there's not a group or a smaller population of educated Latinos, male and female, but many of them are not. They're manual labor. Stick with me. They do a lot of manual labor. They do things that black people don't want to do. We're not getting no field no more. Even if it's not for cotton, we aren't picking strawberries, we aren't getting lettuce, and I'm grateful and thankful for the work that they do. That's a job that needs to be done, but that's not what we're into. We've been there, done that. We want to educate ourselves in trades and educate ourselves with college degrees and such, and blah blah tweet. But at the end of all of this, my point is that the racists have had a fear that black people will overcome the system that they've created and make it benefit them like they have benefited from it for centuries now. And the fear of this whole thing was never really about Latino people at all. It was about black people at some point taking over, because we have the skills and abilities to do so. We have a lot of politicians that are black, male and female, state, local, national. We don't have a lot of them, but they exist. But over time, as time progresses, the next few hundred years, those are things that could happen. They're the majority, whether we number-wise are the majority or not, you can still take over a group or a culture of people based on your actions that you use to benefit you. And I think that the administration now and people who follow that administration are in fear that it's not about Latinos at all. It's about the group of people, that the educated group of minorities that they feel were or are going to take over, in addition to that group of people allowing for people who are not corporations and businesses to come up as well to benefit. Think about it. It was a few years ago, you could get money on Cash App and all these payouts without being taxed. Now it's an issue because they realize, wait a minute, these people are making money. They're becoming wealthy. They want to keep certain people down where they are. And I'm not just saying, all of these things only would, affect black people. As we know, it affects people who benefit from other things like public assistance and whatever benefits people get who are needed, that are on government help. It affected them as well. It wasn't okay, this is a strike for you. No, you look like this, so we're not gonna get you. No, we're gonna get all of y'all. And they didn't realize that when they voted for these people. They're talking about the price of milk and eggs or whatever it was. Be effing for real. But racism is expensive, and America's having to pay for it. The common people in America are having to pay for it. So it's a sad thing. But that's my take on the administration. And, the demographic of people that they really were after were not the Latinos. Latinos are working out in the field. So at what point were they going to take over the country? Doing what? Drugs are not being brought in here by just Latinos. Drugs are being purchased and bought in here by people who own planes. And black people don't own a lot of planes to bring in drugs. And we don't own no ship to bring drugs in. So think about it. Just, that was just something I'm pondering since I'm out here at my watering hole, and I wanted to share with y'all. But I have to come back on. We hadn't talked in a long, so I have to call y'all back later with some more chit-chatting to do. Bye.